Today we have tales of the weird and the wonderful.
And tales of the ordinary and the very confused.
Hi, I'm Jerry Kowarski.
And I'm Bob Wilcox.
Come with us to the theater and we'll tell you what we've seen from our 2 seats on the aisle. Set designer Scott C. Neal may not be the star of Georama, but his scenery is the title character of the delightful new musical, having its world premiere in the Emerson Studio Theater at the Rep. Georama is a word coined by artist John Banvard for a painted panorama depicting the Mississippi River Valley, the entire Mississippi River Valley, on a canvas advertised as 3 miles long. Was on a mechanism that scrolled the scenery past its stationary audience. Banvard created the Georama in the 1840s, long before what we refer to as moving pictures. It was a sensation. In 1848, the Scientific American magazine described and illustrated Banvard's mechanism for a scrolling panorama. Banvard has 2 partners in this venture. William Chapman is the owner of the showboat for which Banvard created scenery. Taylor is a showman who brought Banvard to Chapman's attention. Chapman and Taylor want to capitalize on the success of the Georama by creating more. At this point, however, commercial success is not important to the high-minded Banvard, depicted in the book for the musical by West Hyler and Matt Schatz. There Banvard parts company with his partners. After striking out on his own path, he encounters a young woman named Elizabeth, a pianist, who recognizes that the one missing element in the Georama is music. Her suggestion to Banvard comes in a song that is alternately very funny and very moving. The romance between Banvard and Elizabeth progresses enjoyably but not predictably in the story by Haller and Schatz and in the music and lyrics by Schatz, which are supplemented by additional music and lyrics by Jack Kerouac. P.J. Griffith projects the sweetness of the idealistic Banvard in a performance that also encompasses the darkness that envelops Banvard when the purity of his artistic achievement is sullied by crude copies foisted on the public by unscrupulous imitators. One of them is his old partner Taylor, who is better known to us today by his full name. His crass commercialism is captured in Randy Blair's shrewd performance. Gillian Lewis's Elizabeth is utterly charming in a performance that features beautiful singing and surprising depth of interpretation. Dan Sharkey is a strong contributor in multiple roles as Chapman, Elizabeth's minister father, and a royal visitor whose musical number is one of the show's highlights. The musicians Emily Mikesell and Jacob Yates take on supporting roles when required. The action proceeds at a snappy pace under Hyler's direction. Although this production is the world premiere, you may have seen the show before, as I did, when an earlier version of the script was presented in the Rep's Ignite New Play Festival. That was a reading, not a full production, so we did not have the benefit of the fine work in Margaret E. Whedon's costumes, Ann Wrighton's lighting, Rusty Wandle's sound, and of course Scott C. Neal's scenery, which includes a facsimile of Banvard's Georama. When watching Neal's creation keep going and going and going on its spindles, I can easily understand why Banvard's creation was such a sensation. I greatly enjoyed the Ignite reading of Georama, but the current version with the scenery is miles ahead.
Yeah, fascinating and has a lot of charm in this production and in the show itself. But I enjoyed the music. Let's hear some of it.
Meet my friend John Banvard. He's a picture painting boy. He can paint you a picture. You'll think it's the real McCoy. If we paint you a desert, you'll be sweating through your clothes. If we paint you a snowstorm, you'll be stuck with frozen toes. Meet my friend